ready to introduce the presenter for the Model Artist Award. And before we do that, baby, you want to share with them a little bit about some of the stuff we just talking about there at the table?
Yes. We're going to go through and we're going to give a lot of awards tonight. And before we do, I want you guys to think about your own life. These are the people that God has revealed certain things to them and they've been birthed. And I want you to know that regardless of where you are in your life right now, God has a plan for you. I don't care what has happened to you in your past. It does not matter how many times you failed. God will meet you right where you are. He will use your pain. He will use everything that He's called you to do to help somebody else. So don't be ashamed. Don't be guilty.
Yeah, I mean, I want you to know, I'll say this real quick. You know, I'm a 26-year-old guy born in Newton, Mississippi in a backwood trailer. Yeah, I'm in Mississippi. Y'all are the backwards cousins. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. But I'm a 26-year-old guy born in Newton, Mississippi in a double wide trailer. And I mean, they said something, Unanimous said something that was so awesome. They said they're not ashamed of the gospel of Jesus Christ. And actually living that is so vital and so important, especially for you, those of you who are in your youth. It doesn't matter how old you are. And my wife and I, we have a ministry where we travel, we share the gospel of Jesus Christ. We just came back from Dubai and Ethiopia where we shared the gospel. I mean, we travel all over to share, and it doesn't matter your age. It's about being confident about the gospel, being confident about Jesus Christ, and for Him to be the leader of your life. Amen. So let's introduce the presenter of the Model Artist Award, Kamiko Farah. She is a versatile force of creativity. Excuse me, that's not she. Drive and passion, is an engineer by day, but an author, speaker, and award-winning essayist by night. Kamiko utilizes all of her God-given gifts to make a profound difference in society. She's the CEO of Chick Under Construction Incorporated, all right, man, and a strong advocate for female empowerment. Chick Under Construction Incorporated encourages girls and women to embrace their inner BADD, their beliefs, their ambitions, and dreams defined through inspiring spoken word performances, workshops, and fiction with soul. Miss Farah is a member of Mark Lacey and Friends, a networking and enterprising literary group. She is also a staff writer for Spoken Visions magazine, whose aim is to inspire and motivate while highlighting poetry and the arts. In addition to Spoken Visions, her writing has appeared in the Redstone Rocket and the Communique. Her work can also be found digitally on timbook2.com and her blog, Chick Under Construction. As a spoken word artist, she has appeared on stage with world-renowned poets such as Georgia Mee, Urban Light, M. Reed Green, Tasha Jones, Jessica Care Moore, and Sonny Patterson. Miss Farah was among the top 5 web submissions for Season 2 of Verses and Flow, TV One's fresh new way to experience the ambiance of spoken word. You can connect with her on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram. Without further ado, we want to introduce the first presenter, Ms. Kamiko Farah.
Well, thank you guys for that awesome introduction. Now I feel like I don't have to say that much about myself. Which is good, because if you give me a mic, I will go all night. So I'm going to try to go pretty fast. But as an artist, I definitely feel privileged to present the Model Artist of the Year Award. I've always been creative my whole life, but my journey as an artist didn't really seriously begin until I set out to find who I was. And, you know, we all know, unless you know who you are and whose you are, you have no idea how far you can go. So, you know, I had this thing, I was always connected to my past. I couldn't get past it. You know, I was connected to all the bad things that had happened. I was connected to all the bad things I thought I had done and all the mistakes that I thought I had made, which I did make. But again, like I said, you know, you have to get past that, and that's one of the things that I'm concerned about. So, you know, when I actually found out really who I was and what I was about, that was when it was revealed to me that my past was for a reason. You know, God had a plan for my life, and that past was not in vain. So once I started to figure out, I guess, who I was, then I started to learn that I had some gifts. Okay? And we all know that we have some gifts, and one thing I can tell you about artists is that we like to use all our gifts. You know, sometimes all at the same time. So as a writer, as a blogger, as a poet, as a performer, I choose to use my gifts to inspire, to encourage, to motivate, and empower. And like I said earlier, I am very, because it's something I've dealt with in my own life, I'm very, very adamant about teaching people about self-esteem, about loving yourself, about being good to yourself. And so that's where the Bad Chick workshops come in. I have a program called the NALA Initiative, Nail Your Life's Ambitions Initiative, and that's where I teach girls about engineering, science, math. You know, young girls, you can be an engineer. I'm an engineer. You can do math. You can do science. And you can also do the other things that you want in your life. So, but one thing as an artist that I want to emphasize is that we try to leave the world better than how we found it. When we leave here, something should be better. And that's what's so great about the recipient of this award. He sings, he dances, he acts, and most importantly, he brings souls to Christ. You know, and you really cannot get any better. You really cannot be, you know, more of a model artist than that. And he was specifically nominated for his drive, for his ambition, for his commitment to other youth, and for his commitment to his faith. So when I call him up, you know, I want y'all to bring, you know, I want y'all to give him a big Jesus Christ hand clap. I mean, encourage these youths to keep doing what they're doing. So without further ado, the Model Artist of the Year award goes to Mr. Jacoby McDonald.
Congratulations once again, and now we're going to get ready for our
second performance. Let's go ahead and welcome Cynthia Hines in New Day, Weapons of David.